Slacker, giving you an opportunity to join the team today at Amsted Rail. I'm very pleased to be joined to talk with Eric Young, the operations manager. Eric, welcome.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me, Slacker.
I wanted to talk a little bit about Amsted Rail being an industry leader. They offer a lot of opportunities within the company, but before we get into that, tell us a little bit about Amsted Rail.
So Amsted Rail as a company, the easy way to think about what we make is we make everything that goes underneath of a train car. So we have different businesses outside of the Kansas City plant that make different components, but the Kansas City plant is one of 4 wheel plants. So our facility melts down scrap steel at 3,000 degrees, and we cast it into molds, and we make wheels for trains.
How long have you been in operation here in Kansas City?
So the Amsted plant here in Kansas City has been going since the late 50s. So we're coming up on 70 years.
The environment at Amsted, I'm told, is very energetic. The people are motivated, and Amsted Rail's career path can take you just about anywhere you want to go. Talk a little bit about some of those opportunities currently at Amsted.
We've got a great workforce here. We've got a lot of people who are very tight-knit, and a lot of people who go way back. We have several 25 to 30-year employees here at the plant. When we talk about things that we're looking for, so we have hourly labor positions, and we'll go into that in a minute here, but they can really blossom into anything. I have managers that work for me who started in hourly roles, moved up to lead positions, moved into supervisor positions, superintendent positions, and then into manager roles. Pretty much everybody we have here that works for me in a manager role has come up through the ranks. So it's all about your drive and your ambition. If you are interested in getting into a place, kind of getting your foot in the door and working your way up, there's absolute opportunity to do that in this company.
Are there various shifts, or are there what are the times that people will be working?
So we do run a 3-shift operation, so a standard first, second, and third shift. Typically, our openings are on our second and third shifts. But with that being said, there are some of it's by chance that you end up on second, or excuse me, to be on first shift, you would end up on first shift. But for the most part, you start on second and third shift, and then once you're here a while, it's a seniority thing. You get the opportunity to move to the day shift.
Well, their opportunities are amazing, and I was reading over the comprehensive benefit package, and it includes medical, dental, vision, life, disability insurance, as well as a retirement package where the company actually matches a 401k contribution, plus employee stock ownership.
Yeah, so a lot of the benefits you mentioned are pretty standard benefits, even including the 401k match. What really sets us apart is the employee stock ownership, or the ESOP. We're a 100% owned, employee-owned company. I believe we're the 3rd largest ESOP in the country, if I recall correctly. But the cool thing about ESOP is you don't have to do anything other than work here to earn it. So at the end of the year, whatever you make, the company gives you 10% of that in company stock. So simple example, if you come in and you make $50,000 this year, at the end of the year, the company deposits $10,000 worth of stock $5,000 worth of stock into your ESOP retirement account. It's kind of set up like a retirement savings account, so you can't do a whole lot with it until you're at least 55 years old. But I can tell you that we have multiple people who are getting ready to retire that are multimillionaires just in the ESOP alone.
Wow.
Which is pretty incredible because they have not had to contribute one dime to that. So it's a really fantastic benefit package.
You know, currently your labor positions start at $28.93 an hour, and maintenance start at $36 to $40 an hour, based on your skill. And for those who may be interested, should I be experienced, or what are you looking for as far as the experience level?
You know, we talk about the hourly laborer side of things. Very few people have steel foundry experience, and we recognize that. You know,
sure.
So for people who probably have maybe some sort of, whether it be construction background, manufacturing background, you know, something with a more hands-on type of nature. Now, that being said, we absolutely have people who are in here who have never worked in manufacturing a day in their life. I've got a new hire on the floor right now. He's a great example. He's been a waiter in a restaurant for like 15 years, and he's not even been here 90 days, and he's already picked up multiple jobs here, and has been advanced once. So it's all about, they always say your attitude determines your altitude, and I think as long as you're willing to come and put the time in, sky's the limit, really, from an hourly position. When you get into the maintenance trades, we're looking for all the maintenance trades. We always need, your standard mechanics and electricians. They're in short supply. We know there's a huge need for those in the industry. But when you get people, who have, whether maybe they're a multi-craft, they can do mechanical and electrical, or they have PLC experience or robotic experience, all those things come into that pay scale that you mentioned. And the more of those that you have, the higher your starting pay will be.
You sold me, brother. I'm ready. I'm done with the Fox, and I'm applying. How do I do that?
So there are two ways you can apply. You can go through Indeed and apply is a very simple way. Then you can also go to the Amsted Rail website, amstedrail.com, and apply directly there. So either way works. We get your resume, and we do very quick turnarounds as far as setting up interviews and getting people in to see the facility.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, brother. It is a pleasure talking today with the operations manager, Eric Young of Amsted Rail. Get you rolling today. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share with you.
Thanks so much for having me, Slacker.